Listen, I don't want your sympathy. All I want is your assurance that it won't happen again. That ball missed my head by inches. Well, just because we live on the edge of a golf course, it doesn't mean that you can bombard us with golf balls. Yes, I know all about that. But if your members are going to lash out willy-nilly, tell us, and we'll do our gardening in tin hats. Yes, I know, and I jolly well should think you are. Goodbye.
I don't know why you bother to use the telephone, Charles. I'm sure they can hear you all over the golf course.
Serve them jolly well right. Then to trying to fob me off by telling me it was the novices knockout tournament. Were they trying to knock out? That's who I like to know.
I suppose all golfers have to learn sometime.
Well, they don't have to use my head for target practice.
Mind my delphiniums, dear.
You're all right, dear.
Pardon me, would you mind very much if I came in to look for my golf ball?
Are you the chap who hit it?
Well, yes, eventually. Well, nobody was more surprised than I was.
Come in.
Thank you, that really is very kind of you.
I'd like to give you some advice.
Now, would you? Well, I'd appreciate that. I think it's my stance more than anything.
Do you realize
Now,
that...
Charles, be tolerant.
Do you realize that your golf ball missed my head by about 3 inches?
Really, that must be the furthest I've ever hit it. You know, I wish I could say I was hitting it this way. I wasn't, you know. I was hitting it that way.
Well, very unfortunate for me.
Yes, and for me. You'll never believe this, but I was on my way to the 9th hole. Well, would you believe it? I'm further away now than I was when I started.
Are you a novice?
No, not really, madam, but I feel if I stick at it, I could be.
Aren't you afraid of hitting somebody with your golf ball?
Afraid? It terrifies me. That's why I always shout 5.
5? I thought you meant to shout 4.
We are, but the way I hit them, it doesn't seem enough. Would you mind very much if I start looking for my golf ball?
No, provided you pick it out, remove it to a safe distance before you hit it again.
Oh, no, I can't do that. No, I'm not allowed to pick up the ball. It's in the rules.
You're not hoping to get it out with that, are you?
Well, I don't see why not. This is the way I got it in. You see, I daren't cheat. This is a tournament. I'm determined to do my best. The first prize is a dozen golf balls.
You don't honestly think that you're going to win it, do you?
Well, I'd like to. I've already lost 5. And that was on the practice green.
You're a public menace. Are you covered for bodily injury?
I think so, yes. I've got 2 very thick sweaters on.
You nearly knocked my head off.
Now, Charles, the poor man's only a beginner. Now, you help him find his ball, and I'll make a nice pot of tea.
That's very kind of you, but I haven't really got the time. I must be on my way. Do you know, I've never yet finished 18 holes in the same day.
The way you're going, it'll be a miracle if you ever finish on the same course. What's that?
This is a compass. You know, whenever I strike a ball, I try to take a reading. Now, allowing for magnetic north, when the ball left me, it was traveling southwest. Now, if you could tell me exactly where you were standing when the ball nearly hit you, it would help us to find it.
Have you any other aids to navigation?
Well, how do you mean?
No radar, no distress signals.
Look, I don't want to appear patronizing, but I don't think you understand, you know, really. Golf is a game of physical skill. The fact that I haven't got any is by the way.
All right, you can put your compass away.
Oh.
Your ball ricocheted off my hoe and it went over in that direction.
I see. I see you've got Snapdragon.
Yes, and I aim to keep them. Mind my Pollyann first.
Yes, I say. They're not very sturdy, are they? Who's not done his mulching?
I beg your pardon.
Now, could I suggest a very good organic fertilizer, and the same with these peonies?
The correct pronunciation is peonies.
Well, a rose by any other name. Yeah, just as I thought.
What's the matter?
You have got green fly. What was the name of that insecticide I got for Auntie? Well, do you know, it's on the tip of my tongue. Never mind, I will think of it in a moment. In the meantime, could I suggest you transplant these anemones away from your hollyhocks? They're not very good bedfellows, you know. Not just my opinion. It's Percy Throwers.
Percy Throwers?
Yes. I never miss him on television.
But what's the point of all this gardening information?
Well, it's his living, isn't it? I suppose if you're bred and born in the soil, it comes second nature.
I'm aware of all that, but aren't we supposed to be looking for your golf ball?
Wait a minute, I've got it.
Where?
Kill quick.
What?
Kill quick for your green fly.
Look, I don't want to appear ungrateful, but if I want any hints, I'll write to Gardener's Question
Now,
Time.
all you require is an egg cup full in a pint of hot water. Use that, you'll never look back.
Look, could we possibly hurry up and find your ball?
You spread it... what ball?
Your golf ball!
I'm sorry I got carried away. What must you think of me?
Well, frankly,
No, don't say your wife would never forgive you. No. Oh, I say. This is nice hollyhocks.
Isn't that it?
No, those are hydrangeas.
Well, I know they're hydrangeas, but isn't it your ball nestling in the middle?
Oh, yeah, that's my ball, all right. My word, this is tricky, but we mustn't panic.
Well, why should we panic?
Exactly.
It's not going to blow up, is it?
No, I think you'll agree it's in a very awkward position. I know what I'll do. I will use a 9-iron.
I don't think you will.
No, you're right. Niblick!
Now, let's get one thing crystal clear. You are not going to decapitate my hydrangea merely for the purpose of dislodging your golf ball.
Sorry, I'm not quite with you.
If you come within a yard of that hydrangea with a club in your hand, I shall snatch it away from you and bash you over the head with it.
Why?
Why?
Why? You must have a reason.
I have a very good reason. If you take a swipe at that ball, the ball will stay where it is, and my hydrangea will be halfway on its way to your clubhouse.
Now, I see what's worrying you. You're afraid I might damage your flowers.
In a word, yes. Look, can't you just pick it out, toss it over the fence, and pretend the whole thing's never happened?
Impossible. I couldn't go through life with a stain like that on my character. I'd never sleep. I don't suppose you could toss it over the fence for me.
Certainly could. I got a very strong arm. I could have you halfway to the next hole, and no one would be any the wiser.
Yeah. Get thee behind me. I must abide by the rules. Now, shall I run over to the little clubhouse, have a word with the captain?
I'm astonished you haven't asked to use my telephone.
Oh, that's a marvellous idea. Excuse me, sir, could I use your telephone?
Oh, all right, come on.
Well, have we managed to find our missing ball?
Yes, it's in our hydrangea.
Well, I'm just going to ring up the captain and ask him for his advice.
Oh, it sounds simple enough. Can't you use a spoon?
No, it's not really a tea shot. No, your husband wanted me to take it out by hand, but I explained, well, it's not allowed.
Well, of course it's not. Surely you know that.
No, it's no good, Vera. I'm absolutely adamant. I won't have him going on the rampage in my flower bed with a golf club.
Oh, really, Charles must be such a spoiled sport. Just because you have no time for golf yourself. There's no need to be small-minded.
Well, there's nothing to do with it. I've nursed that hydrangea over 2 very trying winters.
Look, why not try rock salt and lime? Well dug in. Percy Thrower swears by it.
Hang Percy Thrower!
Well, I'm sure he meant no offence.
Charles, I insist you let this gentleman play his ball. What are the neighbours going to say if they hear about it? They're all members.
If he takes a swipe with a golf club, it'll be over my dead body.
Not necessarily, you know. Not if you stand well back. Hello, Captain. This is Harry Worth. Well, you see, I'm on my way to the 9th hole. No, not near the town centre. Although I have made a slight detour.
Mr. Worth, just one moment.
Yes, just a moment, Captain.
This whole thing is quite ridiculous. I'm going to take everything into my own hands. Mr. Worth, will you please come outside and show me exactly where your ball is?
Now, hello, Captain. Well, it looks as though I needn't bother you after all. There's a lady here quite willing to help me solve my problem. Well, if all goes well, I should be at the 9th in half an hour. Very kind of you. Thank you. What a charming man. He's getting the Greens Committee to cheer me in.
You realise this is the first time my wife and I have spoken a crossword for years.
There's no need to feel embarrassed. My next-door neighbours, they're always at it. Oh, by the way, if you really are worried about your hydrangea...
Which I am.
Do try rock salt and lime.
Oh!
I must apologise if my husband's ruining your game.
Not at all. I'm doing it. Why shouldn't he?
It's really rather trying. You see, I was once engaged to a professional golfer, and you just popping up like this has suddenly reawakened all his old jealousies.
Silly. What could you possibly see in me?
No, it's not that. No, golf has become a fetish with him.
Oh.
He knows I'm keen to play, and he won't hear of my joining the club.
Now, that's a real shame. Would you like me to have a word with him?
No, you've got problems of your own. But It's just a suggestion, but
Yeah.
why not have a go with this?
Oh, really? No, let me have a word with him first.
I was thinking of hitting your ball.
No, I couldn't let you do that. I'm the only one who's allowed to hit it, but I haven't quite worked out my strategy. Now, just let me consider this. Head down. Straight left arm. Slowly back.
Mr. Worth,
Yes?
I doubt if you can get on the green in less than 3.
Between ourselves, madam, I'll be very happy to get there in daylight.
And there is a rather large bunker immediately between here and the hole.
Is there? Oh, good, I'll aim for that.
You don't want to end up in a bunker, do you?
No, that's why I thought I'd aim for it. My only chance of missing it, really. You know, this is quite a challenge, you see. If I stand where I can see it, then I can't reach it. If I stand where I can reach it, I can't see it. It really needs a taller man. You wouldn't have such a thing as a hammer, would you?
A hammer?
A little worried about my backswing. I'm in danger of flattening all your flowers.
Just out of curiosity, what exactly is your handicap?
I can't hit the ball. But I am improving. I'm not missing it by nearly as much as I did. So I throw cautions to the wind. Have a swipe at it.
Perhaps you'd better.
Ah, good. So here goes then. Now then, Harry, head down. Straight left arm. Slowly back. I know what's putting me off.
What?
Well, look, it may seem very silly, but I can't bear people watching me. Would you think me awfully rude if I asked you to close your eyes?
Not at all. But if it'll help, I'll go indoors.
On second thought, that'd be better.
Oh, well. Good luck.
Ah, there you go. I'll pop in and say cheerio.
Yes, do.
Right. Sit down. Straight left arm. Slowly back and follow through.
More tea?
I think so.
Oh, really, Charles? You can sit there and sulk the rest of the afternoon, are you?
Well, what else can I do? I'm not allowed to go out and finish my gardening.
Nonsense. It's only while he plays his stroke. Can't you understand? He's self-conscious.
If I had my way, he'd be unconscious. He's been out there for 20 minutes trying to get that ball out. What does he think he's doing? Digging a tunnel?
He's probably taking very great care with his stroke. Some people are able to show a great deal of patience.
Now, I warn you, Vera, if he's not off the premises in 2 minutes, I shall flush him out with the hose pipe.
Pardon me, but is Madam very busy?
Good heavens, man, what have you done?
Well, I'm afraid I lost my temper.
Oh, I can't believe it.
I know it's not like me at all. I suddenly went berserk. In the meantime, would your wife accept these few flowers with my compliments?
Oh, this is too much. You've lopped off all my bloom.
Not only that, I bent my brassy. Believe me, those are 10 minutes I'd much rather forget. I don't know what came over
It
me.
was sheer vandalism.
Well, I knew it wasn't golf. Anyway, I'm sure you'll be pleased to know I'm out of your hydrangeas.
Yes, I can see that.
Unfortunately, I'm now in your chrysanthemums.
Oh, no, not my chrysanthemum.
No, please, I can understand your concern, but I intend to do something about it.
You've done quite enough already.
No, let me speak to the captain. I must speak to somebody. I've run off the end of my scorecard.
Oh, this is becoming a nightmare. I better go out and see what you really have done.
Well, I think you'll find I've left myself in a much better position. Ah, hello, is that you, Captain? Oh, no, it's me again. Oh, terrible. Well, it's taken me 37 to get out of his hydrangeas. But that does include 13 near misses. I was wondering, is it possible to deduct them at source? Where am I at the moment? I'm under his chrysanthemums. No. The gentleman's telephone in his lounge. Yes, his lounge. But as you can imagine, he's not too happy about it.
What's happened?
I was just speaking to the captain.
Is Mr. Filbert being difficult?
Yeah.
My husband. Is he preventing you from making your stroke?
Well, he's not exactly offering to caddy for me.
Oh, I know. He's doing this on purpose. He's trying to humiliate me. Let me have the telephone. Hello? I'm most terribly sorry about all this. Now, I'm afraid my husband's being dreadfully silly. Now, I give you my word that from now on there'll be no further trouble. I promise. Goodbye. Mr. Worth,
Yes?
you have my full permission to go back into the garden and tell my husband that no matter what the consequences, he is to allow you to play your ball.
Well, that is very sporting of you, Mrs. Filbert.
Not at all.
Thank you very much.
But before you go,
Yes?
I just want to show you this. My husband doesn't know I've got this photograph.
Ah. Oh, it's a golfer. Not your husband, is it?
It might have been.
Have you never bothered to ask him?
It's Bobby Rutherford.
Oh.
It was taken nearly 20 years ago at St. Andrews.
Yeah.
We went round together in 47 and 48.
That's absolutely marvellous, that 15 under par.
It was a dreadful thing to do. I broke off our engagement just as he was driving off the first tee at Hoylake. He's in South Africa.
Incredible. He's going further out of his way than I am.
I suppose I shall always have a soft spot for golf. To me, the graceful backswing and follow-through are pure poetry. Don't you agree?
Oh, I do indeed, Mrs. Filbert. Oh, to be a golfer now that spring is here.
There's a breathless hush in the close to night, one to play and the match to win.
1 million housewives every day pick up a can of beans and say... You're quite right, Mr. Filbert. There is something poetic about golf. Can I give you a hand?
Don't you come near this plant. You've annihilated it. Look at my cinerarias.
Where is there are your cinerarias?
Well, they were there.
Oh, yes, I forgot to tell you. I fell on them.
Fell on them. Looks as if you'd driven through with a tank.
Can't drive a tank.
Well, you can't play golf either, but you persist in trying. Look at the havoc you've caused through just hitting that silly little ball.
Mr. Filbert, I put it to you that all your anxieties are, well, they're purely psychological.
I beg your pardon?
You've got a phobia.
Oh, have I?
Yeah. Things wouldn't seem half so bad, you know, if you'd only share your wife's interest in the game of golf. Now, why not let me give you a few rudimentary wrinkles?
You teach me golf?
Well done, straight away. The first thing to learn is the stance.
Look, I don't insist on the stance or anything else about this ridiculous pastime.
You see, out of your own mouth, I'm afraid your wife was right. You have got a complex. Why don't you admit it, Mr. Filbert? Bobby Rutherford is at the bottom of all this.
Bobby Rutherford?
Bobby Rutherford.
Bobby Rutherford?
That's it. Keep saying the name. Get it out of your system.
What's Bobby Rutherford got to do with this?
Exactly. It's all over and done with. As far as your wife is concerned, he's just a dusty old photograph in a deed box.
My wife has a photograph of Bobby Rutherford.
Ah, now she didn't know you knew that. You were wise to keep it a secret. Let bygones be bygones.
Well, this is a revelation to me.
Yes, it's psychology, you see. Now, back to the stance.
The first thing we're going to do is to get you out of this garden.
Yes, I think I'll use one of these wooden ones. They're bigger. I can't hit it with this. I can't hit it with anything.
You're not going to hit it with anything.
Now, please, Mr. Filbert, don't let's be pessimistic.
No, Mr. Worth, for the last time.
I do hope so, Mr. Filbert.
No! Oh, that's too much. You've gone too far.
I don't think so, Mr. Filbert. I haven't even moved it.
We'll see what the law has to say about this.
Well, I think once you've attempted the stroke, it's got to be counted. Vera, do be reasonable. At least talk to me. There's no need to go to these extremes.
There's every need. Attitude intolerable. I'm going home to Mother.
Well, I don't see why. After all, if there's an injured party, I think I'm the one.
Isn't that typical of your self-indulgence? I didn't mind your taking sides when that poor man was trying to play his ball. I was even slightly flattered when you accused me of having an affair with Bobby Rutherford. But sending for the police just to humiliate me with the neighbours, that was all I needed.
Oh, Vera, if you don't listen...
Where are the car keys?
Look, the neighbours won't even see the police. I particularly asked the sergeant to come through the back garden so that they could evict him quietly.
Right, we've got everything here, I think.
Gracious, what's happened?
I'm afraid there's been a slight mishap, madam. Please on your sofa.
Is he not very well?
He's flat out. I wonder if you could oblige me with some cold water, madam.
I'll get some right away.
He can have a bump on his head the size of an egg.
Did you do this?
Yeah, it was a marvellous stroke. You know, I'll never hit one like that again as long as I live.
I'll second that.
Well, naturally, Sergeant, I'm very distressed about hitting your constable.
You will be when he comes round. Now, are you the gentleman who telephoned the police station?
Oh, no.
No, actually I did, but... Well, my wife doesn't think it was very wise.
He must be psychic. Oh, thank you, madam.
Oh, I'll bathe his head, Sergeant.
Oh, that's very good of you, thank you. Right, well, we'll step outside for a minute, see what you've got to say about this.
Yeah, but I would like to make a statement.
What's that?
I don't know what I'm going to say.
Right, well, we might as well sit in these deck chairs for a minute then.
Yes.
Now then, do you think I could have your name?
Pardon?
I said, do you think I could have your name?
Oh, I should think it's very unlikely. What's it?
What's what?
Your name.
It's your name I want.
Oh, sorry. It's Harry Worth.
Harry Worth.
Yes.
And you live at?
Home.
Yes, I rather fancied you might do. And where is home?
47 Bixford Drive.
47 Bixford Drive. Right. Now, what were you doing in this garden in the first place?
Playing golf.
Playing in the garden?
Yes.
What's the matter with the golf course, then?
Well, nothing really, except it would have saved a lot of trouble had it been a few yards bigger.
Ah. I think I've just had what we in the police force call a hunch.
Oh, my word, that's interesting.
Could it be that you were out on the course and that you inadvertently hit your ball into this garden, thus making it necessary for you to enter and remove it?
Well, didn't I say that?
No, you didn't mention anything about a golf ball.
Oh, well, then, in that case, you're right. You're quite right. Sorry, your hunch has paid off.
Thank you. Now, the gentleman is complaining that some of his plants have come to grief. What have you got to say about that?
Well, of course, he's quite right, but I've told him all I can. I've told him what to do about his polyanthus. I've given him the name of a very good insecticide. I've warned him about rock salt and lime. I've even given him the full benefit of Could any man have done more?
I'm trying to find out what you've got up to in this garden.
Yeah, well, according to my scorecard, 49. When I get back to the clubhouse, I shall demand a recount.
I wish you'd say something I can put in this book. Look, there's been a complaint made against you. Now, will you help me to reconstruct the events?
Yes, I'll try.
Thank you. Now, what about hitting the constable with your golf ball?
Oh, no, I couldn't do that. Well, I've already hit him once.
I'm not asking you to hit him again. I am asking for your version of the occurrence.
Well, of course, my version is very simple. I accidentally hit the ball.
I accidentally hit the ball.
And his head got in the way.
Don't you realize this puts you in a very serious position?
I know. I'm now in his rhododendrons. I'll never get out of there.
Don't you know the penalty for striking a policeman?
No. But if it's the same as going into a pond, I think you lose 2 strokes and play the shot again.
Wait here. Now then, sir, if you don't mind. What have you done with my constable?
Oh, your constable. Oh, my wife's taken him down to the doctor. Did you get your statement?
All I got, sir, was his name, address, and a headache. You might give it a little thought before you dial 999 again.
All right, I will.
Thank you. I think I'll go out the front way, if you don't mind. It'll be safer.
Could I be an awful nuisance and use your telephone?
Oh, I hoped you might have gone.
Oh, No, the sergeant said wait. I'd like to ring the golf club and tell them I'm retiring from the tournament.
This is rather sudden, isn't
Well,
it?
I've no choice. I'm in your rhododendrons. The only way I can hit it is to take your fence down.
I'm surprised you even hesitated. Let me get your number for you before you change your mind.
What happened to the poor constable?
I've no doubt you'll read about it in the papers. Hello? Yeah, here you are.
Ah, thank you. Hello. Is that you, Captain? It's me again. No, I see. It's not rag week. No, it's just that my ball has rebounded into his back garden and I'm slap bang up against a fence. But no, it's one of those gardens backing onto the golf course. Well, that's absolutely marvelous. Had I known that, Captain, I needn't have bothered you. Thank you very much and goodbye. Wonderful news, Mr. Filbert. I am out of bounds.
What does that mean?
Well, it means you were quite right. I can pick up the ball and place it on the nearest point on the and only lose one stroke. But don't you realize it saved me 39?
Do you mean to say we've been through all this for nothing?
Oh, well, I agree. I did make a few unnecessary strokes, but remember, it's all been good experience.
Well, not for me it hasn't. My garden's been devastated. I've been blacklisted by the police. My wife's gone home to her mother. All because you didn't know you were out of bounds.
Ah, well. No hard feelings, I hope.
When you get back to that golf course, and if ever you come into my again,
Yes.
I sincerely hope you know what you're in for.
Yes, one penalty stroke.
Ouch! Now what do you want?
Do you mind if I come in and play my ball?
Just a minute. Listen, I don't want your sympathy. All I want is your assurance that it won't happen again. That ball missed my head by inches. Well, just because we live on the edge of a golf course, it doesn't mean that you can bombard us with golf balls. Yes, I know all about that. But if your members are going to lash out willy-nilly, tell us, and we'll do our gardening in tin hats. Yes, I know, and I jolly well should think you are. Goodbye.
I don't know why you bother to use the telephone, Charles. I'm sure they can hear you all over the golf course.
Serve them jolly well right. Then to trying to fob me off by telling me it was the novices knockout tournament. Were they trying to knock out? That's who I like to know.
I suppose all golfers have to learn sometime.
Well, they don't have to use my head for target practice.
Mind my delphiniums, dear.
Yes, all right, dear.
Pardon me, would you mind very much if I came in to look for my golf ball?
Are you the chap who hit it?
Well, yes, eventually. Well, nobody was more surprised than I was.
Come in.
Ah, thank you, that really is very kind of you.
I'd like to give you some advice.
Now, would you? Well, I'd appreciate that. I think it's my stance more than anything.
Do you realize
Now,
that...
Charles, be tolerant.
Do you realise that your golf ball missed my head by about 3 inches?
Really, that must be the furthest I've ever hit it. You know, I wish I could say I was hitting it this way. I wasn't, you know. I was hitting it that way.
Well, very unfortunate for me.
Yes, and for me. You'll never believe this, but I was on my way to the 9th hole. Well, would you believe it? I'm further away now than I was when I started.
Are you a novice?
No, not really, madam, but I feel if I stick at it, I could be.
Aren't you afraid of hitting somebody with your golf ball?
Afraid? It terrifies me. That's why I always shout 5.
5? I thought you meant to shout 4.
We are, but the way I hit them, it doesn't seem enough. Would you mind very much if I start looking for my golf ball?
No, provided you pick it out, remove it to a safe distance before you hit it again.
Oh, no, I can't do that. No, I'm not allowed to pick up the ball. It's in the rules.
You're not hoping to get it out with that, are you?
Well, I don't see why not. This is the way I got it in. You see, I daren't cheat. This is a tournament. I'm determined to do my best. The first prize is a dozen golf balls.
You don't honestly think that you're going to win it, do you?
Well, I'd like to. I've already lost 5. And that was on the practice green.
You're a public menace. Are you covered for bodily injury?
I think so.